So I wanted to briefly remind people, protect your face. Don't participate in this culture where you pretend as if your face is expendable. Don't go through life pretending as if you lose your face, you'll just grow a new one. This is not like getting a haircut. In dog culture, particularly for women, for the most part, women, they're more obsessed with looks than men. And, I think good looks are a little more desired. It's a little more desired for the females. It's with both genders. And trust me, men who are blessed with good looks appreciate their good looks. And this message is for them too. It's about not being stupid. See, we never have discussions. We never talk about things that we take for granted. We just take certain things for granted. And you don't realize how valuable some things are until you lose them. Before this attack, for example, with Jacqueline Durand, I don't think she ever gave thought to the possibility of having a disfigured face. Even though she was a dog sitter, I do not think she pondered over the thought of her face being mutilated or her being mutilated at all. Never ran through her mind. Because she was so taken back and engulfed into this culture where you pretend like it's not an issue, like it's not a threat. Living in a world where grown people play make-believe, have a fantasy world. Don't participate in that culture. I poke fun at dog lovers when I say this, but it's true, and they know it's true. They foolishly pretend as if these things are harmless. That is dumb. Flat out, it's a dumb thing to do. And it gets proven to be a dumb thing to do every single day. Where yet another victim is brought into the emergency room with a face that doesn't look like a face. Somebody's brought into the emergency room with a face that looks like a ball of knuckles. Mince meat. Look like a bowl of vegetable soup rather than a face. And they'll never get it back. You know how much your life's going to be in turmoil? That fast, you'll reflect on how valuable your face was. But because you never gave it any thought before, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be traumatized. You never gave any thought to the possibility of losing your face. Never really took time to really appreciate your face. I'm not directing this towards Jacqueline Durand. I'm talking about all the dog lovers, because they're all putting themselves at risk and their families, which is not fair. The latter is not fair. But when you get to an age where you can make your own decisions, you better separate yourself from this pack. All the dog lovers that you know, I don't care how tough they may seem, each and every one of them, when they're around dogs, in their mind, they're riding on hope. All of them. They hope the dog doesn't latch on to their face. Look at this. A wedding. You know what weddings are based on? You know what it's all about? It's about looking your best. About showcasing the beauty of our species. A well-cut, well-shaven man and woman get styled up, smelling good. You're going to take a lot of pictures, record a lot of videos on days like this. On days like this, you're actually showing appreciation for your face. And I know you never think about it. I don't know who this guy is right here, but he looked like Andy Ruiz, the heavyweight boxer. Any of you? I thought that was Andy Ruiz at first. Okay. But yeah, you know, scenarios like this, events like this, what you're actually doing is you're showing appreciation to the attractiveness of human beings, of yourself. And you all compliment each other. You look great. Isn't that what you say to each other? You look great. You know, you have to start to think different. If you want to tackle or avoid something that everybody else is falling victim to. Now, you see what I'm doing now? I'm sifting through JD's old photos before her attack. And I believe she does this from time to time as well. And she sits and she looks and looks and looks and looks and looks. You know why? She misses her face. And despite missing her face and wanting her original face back, which she does, she's still giving in to the nuttery, to the brainwashery, to the dog lover ilk. She's still going around putting her face in a dog's face. Because she was so sold to dog culture before the attack. She was trapped into psychotic behavior. And that is exposing her face to dogs. Continuing to do that. That was her being trapped. She really wasn't trapped. She could have advised people to avoid these things. She just would have lost all support. Those donations would have dried up. Some of those checks would have got canceled. Many of the assistance that she received it because she didn't speak out against dog ownership. And because she continued in the rituals that got her attacked in the first place, which is pretending that these things are harmless. That's what she did. After the attack, she performed a ritual. And she should still have the photo. She performed a ritual. And the point of it was to stay in good favor with dog lovers. Right? Okay. It's not here. Where is it? Maybe she took it down. You can Google it. I'll probably Google it before we leave. Where she's sitting there and she has her face right in a dog's face. Let me pull this up. No, you're not going to get away with that. No. It didn't matter that she stopped being a dog sitter. That's irrelevant. She may have stopped being a dog sitter, but she did not stop sacrificing herself. She made a point to continue sacrificing herself. Here it is. Boy, I knew it wouldn't take long. And this is bad. This is very bad stuff. After her attack, she went and did this. This was a sacrifice. On her knees, she's completely vulnerable to another facial attack. This is really insane. She wanted to show her friends, show the world, I'm still willing to sacrifice myself for the dog. This is very dangerous. Her face is not only mutilated, you see this thing in her throat. And dogs go for your throat. If you watch dogs when they fight other dogs, they go for the face. They aim right for your face. With other dogs. So likewise, when they attack humans, they go for the face. When JD walked into the home, she was standing on her feet. The attack started while she was standing. She ended up losing her face because that's what the dogs were after. Big or small, if a dog decides to attack you, they're going to go for your face. Which means Jacqueline Durand is sacrificing herself several times. Because that's not the only dog she stuck her mutilated face into. Right? She recently got a new dog. Young ladies, do y'all want to go through this? See, they presented this story, and as well as JD herself, as if to say, hey, look at me. It's no big deal. Don't worry about your face. Your face not that important. Just stick it in a dog's face every day of your life. If you get mutilated, just continue on as if nothing happened and continue sticking your face in the dog's face. Yeah, that was the unspoken message that was put out, through her silence and her actions. I mean, she wasted no time. After that attack, she wasted, very little time before she started showcasing the dog. May 22nd, 2022. December. Okay, so it's like the end of December, early 2022 when this attack happened. So she took a little break from social media and she understood clearly. The support lies with dog lovers. Can't get no sympathy from dog culture critics. So it was like I'm trapped. I got to go right back into the same lifestyle because they're the only one that's going to support me through this. Now, I'm sure she wouldn't have been. Had she come out and said, hey, I was fooled, I was wrong, you cannot trust these things. You can't just go through doing what I was doing, being a dog sitter, going home to home just randomly, sitting inside of an enclosure, a home with strange dogs. I don't know the background of none of them, violating the rules and suggesting all types of experts. They say if the dog has experienced any trauma in its early life, it could snap in the future at any moment against anyone. And you want to go be a dog sitter? So she was head over heels in dog culture. She was like a super dog lover. Don't make that mistake. You better be a critic now. See, the most important thing about this, had she been a dog critic, she would have never went into that home. She would have never been a dog sitter. The only difference it would have made in her life is she would have not been a dog owner. Don't you think that's a fair trade-off? To have never owned a dog, but I still got my face. Life is a whole lot better without dogs. And while dogs here, it's still a lot better as a critic of dog culture. Y'all better wake up and smell the Sanka. Shout out to everyone able to join me for this rare late Sunday night live stream. And I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.